This story begins last Thursday. It was a holiday in Finland and everywhere was quiet. So we hopped into Nuti's car and we drove to Lohja to meet up with Antti and Akseli and to do some old challenges, to find some new runs. Just basic training, filming, trying to get some clips for a new video. After about 5 hours of training, we found this cool descent line. Antti had found it maybe 2 months ago, but he hadn't really tried it, so we decided to stop, just keep the cameras in the bags and try to find the best way to go down the whole thing. We all spent about 20 minutes just finding the easiest, quickest way to do the descent all the way from the roof. We thought we had everything tested. We had tested the rails, the ladders, everything, and it seemed good. So what we did was take the drone out, put it up in the air, and Nuti is just gonna do it. Start from the roof, do the whole line, just slowly, just easy, and see how it feels. When Nuti climbed up to the roof to do the line, he said that the ladder, it was a bit flimsy, it felt a bit weird, but it was nothing special. We have done the same thing thousands and thousands of times. You know, sometimes you have rails, sometimes you have ladder, anything that's just a bit, it's not perfect, but it's good, it holds, there's no problem. When I was ready, when Nuti was ready, he did the first line, and here's the clip of it. After the first try, we looked at the clip, and my drone operating, it wasn't that good. It wasn't on point, and Nuti said that he was just taking it chill, so let's do it again, let's give it another try. And Nuti said that it felt safe, it felt good, and when we looked at the clip, at the ladder, we thought nothing of it. It didn't look like it's gonna just break off, it didn't look like it's gonna fall down. So we put the drone back up in the air, we pulled out another camera, and when Nuti was 100% ready, he decided to give it another go, and this time with a bit more speed. And here I'm just gonna first show you the whole clip. From the start to the beginning, just raw material. I'm gonna crop it a bit so it's easier to watch, but this is raw material from the second run, and this is what happened. And as you can see, what happened was when he jumped to the ladder, it just came off. There's not much you can do, but what Nuti did was just reacting to the moment, and he grabbed the ledge, and I think that's what saved him a lot of damage. When Nuti fell, he first landed on his feet, but straight away his back was a bit arched, so he hit his back on the rail, and the whole ladder fell on his head and knocked him out. Nuti was out for maybe 2-3 seconds, so not for long, and right after that he just yelled, "Yeah, I'm okay." And Akseli was just rushing up to him just to make sure everything was good, and we put a cotton bag on his head, just trying to put some pressure on the wound, and just asking if there's any pain, if he can move, and he was just saying, it's all good. But we saw the big wound, there was lots of blood. So what we did was, we drove our car down there, and since Nuti could already walk, he wasn't feeling dizzy, we helped him down the stairs, jumped into our car, and just straight away drove to the ER. At the hospital, first they cleaned the wound and put 5 stitches. did the CT scans, checked all the organs and everything. After a long 5 hours at the hospital, they said everything is fine, it's all good, gave some medicine for the pain, and Nuti got the permission to go home.
Hi, it's been 2 days since the accident. I got 5 stitches on my head here. The ladder hit me on my forehead, but I feel fine. I think the biggest injury was my neck. It's still quite sore from when I landed on the rail and twisted my head back. But my head feels fine. I'm feeling good. I was stretching today and started to do some light training already. I got really lucky. I'll be back at it really soon. Stay safe, you guys.
Seeing this happen to your friend, it's one of the scariest things I can imagine. And watching the videos, going through them, trying to edit them, it's not easy, it's not fun. But we thought that this is something we could talk about, that this could be an important topic for the community. And something I want to point out, we have been training since 2007, so a bit over 13 years. And this is the first time something like this happens. We had thousands and thousands of similar situations. And I think what we learn from all this is always double check, triple check your surroundings. If you have a rail, ladder, anything, and it's moving, it's a bit flimsy, I don't think it's worth doing it. This, I think it's bad luck, but still there is a way to avoid all this. Especially if you're higher up, especially at heights, I don't think it's worth it. It doesn't have to be 8 meter, 10 meter drop. It doesn't have to be on a rooftop. Even something falling from a couple of meters. If it lands on your head, that's where the real damage is done. Stay safe, train insane, or remain the same. Easy Parkour boys, thank you.